The chain of events begins when Jeremiah Dunmire escalates his war with Dwight by abducting Joanne Montague and bringing her to the Dunmire estate as leverage. Jeremiah's aim is explicit: force Dwight to hand over Montague Distilleries to avoid bloodshed. This kidnapping is the spark that turns a political and business rivalry into an all-out personal war. Once Dwight realizes Joanne is missing, after calling and getting Jeremiah on the line with the demand, he immediately pivots from political maneuvering to full military response. He summons his core crew, Bigfoot, Goody, Mitch, Tyson, Bodie, and others, lays out the ultimatum, and begins mobilizing for a raid. Dwight's briefing emphasizes 3 needs: precise intel on the Dunmire compound, heavy hitters for the assault, and an armory, all of which the team scrambles to secure. The intelligence breakthrough comes from a surprising source, Cole Dunmire. Despite being Jeremiah's son and a messy product of his father's world, Cole defects, or at least chooses to help, by sneaking into Jeremiah's office, learning the layout, and delivering critical details: number of Dunmire men, armory locations, and a rough estate map. With Cole and Spencer's mapping and Spencer's testimony that Cole's leak saved lives in the earlier bombing, Dwight can plan a precise entry and extraction rather than a blind, costly assault. When Dwight's crew storms the Dunmire estate, it plays out like a short, frantic battle sequence. Dwight's men move in surgically, overwhelming Jeremiah's guards and clearing paths to where Joanne is held. The narrative gives equal attention to the chaos of the firefight and Dwight's single-minded purpose: rescue Joanne first, then deal with Jeremiah. Once Joanne is found and secured, Dwight's objective becomes singular vengeance. Jeremiah, confronted with the collapse of his position and the loss of control, attempts to flee. His cowardice, abandoning his people and the woman he used as bait, contrasts sharply with Dwight's code. He charges into danger to protect family. Dwight pursues him across the estate until he corners Jeremiah in a brutal, highly physical confrontation. The beatings that follow are raw and prolonged. Dwight does not dispatch Jeremiah quickly. He punishes him in a way that communicates decades of grievance and blood debt. The show lingers on the violence, underlining that this is not only tactical retribution, but a cathartic, symbolic settling of scores. After beating him into submission, Dwight ties Jeremiah up. The climax uses stark symbolism. Jeremiah has ordered and overseen burns and other cruelties. Dwight makes him feel that same terror. Jeremiah is strung up and set on fire, a slow, agonizing end that the episode stages as both vengeance and moral commentary on the costs of clan violence. The moment is savage and final, designed to close the chapter on Jeremiah's reign of terror while leaving a heavy moral stain on Dwight's hands. Multiple contemporary recaps note that the sequence is depicted as Dwight watching Jeremiah burn after being bound. In the immediate aftermath, Dwight checks on his people, relieved there were no casualties, and returns to the quieter, poker-face politics of survival. The victory secures Montague Distilleries and cripples Dunmire's influence, but the episode deliberately balances triumph with consequence. Dwight has crossed a line, and the destruction of Jeremiah will ripple outward, politically, criminally, and emotionally. The finale then moves to set up future threads: Russell's New Orleans tease and Dwight's uneasy dealings with Musso. But the Jeremiah sequence remains the moral and narrative fulcrum of the episode. Thank you for watching.